She's funnier than me. Liz Donehue, get your ass on stage.
Hey guys, taking over Lisa, Nicole, and Evelyn, you guys. Doing a good job. I'm your sober comic out of the bunch tonight. It's kind of fun. I'm actually coming up on 2.5 years of sobriety. Pretty awesome. Looking forward to it. A lot of reasons I don't drink are in Tacoma. Almost all of them, actually. I was down here a while back, and there was a guy running around at night, and he was wearing headphones and a windbreaker and sunglasses, and he was running around screaming, "Where are the white women at?" I was like, oh, man, everywhere? I know white women are a big fan of the word literally, but white women are literally everywhere. They're at Target and Olive Garden, Joann Fabrics, you fucking name it. I don't know if this guy was listening to Blazing Saddles on a Discman or if you could even do that. I had a couple of questions. One of them was not where the white women at. Had my first set of holidays sober a while back. That was really weird. Halloween rolled around and I didn't know what to do, right? Like I kind of wanted to go out, but I wanted to stay in. I didn't know if I'd be uncomfortable, so I made a compromise and I went as the missing Malaysian Airlines flight. Because that way I didn't have to go to any parties. It worked out though. A friend of mine went as CNN to just constantly talk about where I might be. She should have been here by now. I got out of rehab on St. Patrick's Day because my insurance company decided that the first thing I needed in recovery was a challenge. One more day really would have been clutch. They said, if you stay another day, you're gonna have to stay for another 3 weeks. I was like, another 3 weeks in sweatpants? Okay, let's do that. I'll be extra sober. My mom said to me recently, she says, you got sober when all those dead rock stars died at 27. I was like, oh, God, what? She says, yeah, when Jimi Hendrix, Janis Joplin, Kurt Cobain, So I don't know if she was like, hey, congratulations, you made it past 27. Like, awesome job. Or if she was like, hey, look what all these dead people accomplished by the time they died when they were 27. I don't know. I got sober in the Midwest, landed 10,000 rehabs in Minnesota. It's pretty ideal. I don't know if you guys probably know this about the Midwest. Everyone there sounds like a fucking cartoon character, and it is unreal. And you can't go into any bar or restaurant or establishment without hearing, can I get you started with a Coke or a Mr. Pium? You can get me somebody else. They have Minnesota slang. That was weird to get used to. Holy shit. I went to work one morning and my coworker said, oh, as I say, I'm morning, my car up and went. And I was like, where did it go? Where is it? And he says, oh, you misunderstood. It up and died. It's like, oh, so it did the exact opposite of what you said it did. Because initially you said it up and went somewhere. Instead, it just sounds like it up and sat there. I'm not real up on my slang, you guys. I just have hella to work with. You know what I mean? Like, I don't... Not into it. I'll tell you what the Minnesota accent is not. It's not sexy. I don't know how there's more than one person in Minnesota if people sound like that. How are they getting together? How are people fucking in the state of Minnesota? It's just like, oh, hey. Yeah, like, I can't explain it. After hacky practice, we should, could use a dildo. Oh, crap. Yeah, that's not... No. It's a little weird. I like the Midwest. It's funny, my family originated from a small town in Russia, and when they decided to move to the United States, they picked Aberdeen, South Dakota. Out of all the possible places they could have moved to, because my family wanted a life that was better, but not much better. Russia's got this crazy anti-gay stance. You guys have probably heard of it. They made it illegal to tell children that gay people exist. And I was like, well, then you're going to have to ban Celine Dion and brunch and a bunch of other shit. You can't just stop there. Relax, Tacoma, you're fine. I'm pretty sure there's one prominent gay dude in Russia, though, because we got a lot of flavored vodkas, you guys. Like, too many. I like to imagine a guy over there being like, I don't care if I can't blow another dude. I will get the people white girl wasted. Oh, my salted watermelon vodka. Gross. Glad I got sober before that dry heaved out of the station. Oof. Who's that for? Oh, man. I have tattoos, as you guys can see, and I don't know if you guys have tattoos like I do and experience this, but at least once a week I get unsolicited advice from people about what other kinds of tattoos I should get. I have a dog and a rocket ship tattooed on my arm, and I was in Starbucks the other day, and a woman saw that, and she goes, you should get a cat tattooed in a rocket ship. I was like, ooh, that's not realistic. Like, I don't know. If you've ever tried to make a cat do anything, a cat's not gonna go to space. That's why the Russians sent dogs, guys. It was really easy to get them to go. All you had to say was, who wants to go for a ride? I would like to go for a ride. Who wants to go for a ride? You're gonna go to space and never come back. Okay, that sounds good. You're gonna be on a stamp someday. Okay, that's good. Stamp, famous. Make it a forever stamp so it's ironic. I don't know. That's why they said dogs. You can't make a cat do anything, right? Cat owners, right? You can't make a cat do shit. You'd be like, cat, do you want to go to space? He'd be like, no! No! Is this your full glass of water? Psh, no! No! No. No. It's the same voice I use for audience members that don't like me. It kind of works out. No, I don't like it. It's fun. I don't know. I'm trying to get my shit together. That's the kind of the whole point of this. I did buy my first brand new car. It was pretty awesome. Thank you guys. It's awesome. It's a Korean-made car because I can afford the best. It's weird. You don't think to test out the horn first to see how it's going to sound later. You don't think of that when you're driving around during the test drive. And I was out the other day, and this car blew across the intersection in front of me, and I was like, what the fuck? But my car was like, wee! And that's because I bought a Kia Soul. I bought a car that was marketed using hamsters wearing hoodies. 100% my fault. Now they're having parties in the park. It's fun. It's better than my first car, though. I used to drive a 91 Dodge Caravan with all tinted windows and the one sliding door and the Clinton Gore sticker still on the back of it. Woo-hoo-hoo! Thanks, Mom and Dad. I was crushing it in high school. Crushing it. I don't know about you guys, though. I don't think that's an appropriate car for a 16-year-old girl to be driving, right? Big white van, blacked out tinted windows. If your van can be found on Stephen Avery's property, it's probably a little bit inappropriate for a 16-year-old girl. Some of you guys got caught up on Making a Murderer, right? Holy shit, everyone's trying to figure out who murdered Teresa Halbach, and I just want to know who bought that fucking van! 10 episodes, they don't tell you. Watch the whole thing, you don't find out. It actually got really weird last year. Stephen Avery's brother, Earl Avery, added me on Facebook. So I'm pretty sure season 2 is going to be called Making a Friend. And season 3 is going to be called Making a Murderer. It's going to be good. So I'm excited about it. It's good. I went to the Evergreen State College down in Olympia, and at this point in my life, I am $40,000 in debt because I went to camp. I don't know if you guys know a lot about Evergreen. It's the huge hippie college out in the woods, and you can take whatever the fuck you want. You can take gender-neutral gardening and a political economy of being a barista. People wanted to be artists, but they became sandwich artists, that kind of thing. I actually majored in sustainable binge drinking. That's what I majored in. I did so well at my major, my family and all my close friends sat me down to talk with me about it. I went to rehab for my dissertation. It was cool. don't know, at Evergreen you could just pick something and major in it. You can major in whatever you want. I had a friend that majored in adventure. You know, and I think we can just admit that's a fancy way of saying that he majored in parkour and raw dogging, okay? Like just those two things. That's it. It's an expensive piece of paper, guys. That's real camp. That's fun. I study history at Evergreen, and I went down to Portland recently, which was cool. And for some reason, I had to spend $36 to park at a hotel overnight in Portland. So I don't know if that's their shitty, passive-aggressive way of trying to get me to get a bike, or like, I don't really know what's going on down there. It's weird. Like, they're real tight. It was cool, though. I went to Powell's, the big bookstore down there. I spent the whole day in it, found myself in the history section, and I found this book called The Nazi Olympics, which details the 1936 Olympics and the events of the foreign policy behind Hitler's Berlin. And that's not why I picked it up. I picked it up because it's called the Nazi Olympics. Because it makes it seem like there's a competition out there to see who is the best Nazi. And I don't know what kind of events you would have in this situation. Hate lifting, barbed wire fencing, the chosen people chase, I don't know. Pretty sure I know who won. Oh man, do you guys know Germans don't celebrate Veterans Day? Ooh, they took that one off. Yeah, that was just for me, up top. Yeah, there we go. Fuck yeah. I was reading up about the Trojan War recently. Somehow that bullshit worked. You know, they built a big wooden horse and stuck a bunch of guys in it. Fooled everybody. Like, were they getting a big horse every week? Like, I don't know. Were they just like, hey, UPS is here or whatever. Just bring it around back, it's cool. Yeah, Gary got it, you know, it's good. Yeah, a Greek guy named Gary, you know. The point I'm trying to make is that this plan worked, right? So what was holding all of the little men in broke once it got inside the walls of Troy, okay? What was holding all the little men in broke out. And Trojan named their condom after that. And I don't know if they needed like a plan B or like, I don't know. Did they have to like split a trip to Walgreens? Like, I don't know, like where did... We could go halvesies on it. I got one coin and a tunic. That's fun. I think the Zodiac Killer probably would have been real good at eating pussy. You guys have heard that technique, right? You just make all the letters of the alphabet. Well, that guy knew all of the alphabets, right? Holy buckets. That's why he was writing all those letters. He had to save his tongue game, right? Ooh. Ooh. I'm sorry, I didn't mean to make you guys imagine Ted Cruz noshing on some, like, late 60s pussy. Didn't mean to that. It's cool. It's good. I'm excited. You guys are drinking, I'm not. This is good. I was in a long distance relationship for a while, and that means I have a vibrator. I'm a proud owner of the Hitachi Magic Wand, and if you guys are unfamiliar with that style of vibrator, it's made by Boeing. It's really loud is what I'm trying to say, okay? Like every time I masturbate, I have to make this reinforced blanket fort over me to make sure I don't blow out anyone else's hearing in my home. And when I say anyone else in my home, I mean my parents, because I moved back home at 28 because everything's going according to plan. You can harmonize with it, right? That's how loud it is. Like, if I was like, nee, and the vibrator was like, nee, and a car honked outside, hopefully mine, it would sound like Crosby, Stills, Nash & Young, all right? And not some 420 shit, that's some hopelessly helping shit, all right? I used to masturbate with the rumble pack to the N64, and a couple of you guys probably played Star Fox, right? That second level is just the big asteroid field. You play that shit'll run into everything. Woo! Do a barrel roll. Yeah, that's what we're gonna call it. There's a bogey on your tail. Okay. This guy asked me recently if I'd ever used an IED as a form of birth control. And I can tell not everybody is following here, so let me explain. I've never used an improvised explosive device as a form of contraception, but I imagine it's 100% effective. Just works one time, don't fuck it up. Don't fuck it up. Same guy, we like to have a lot of rough sex, but he doesn't have health insurance yet, so I can't hit him back. And that's a tough way to start the day. You know, it's a tough way. Have you guys ever woken up and had a bunch of rough sex and then gone out to do a bunch of shit that day and everyone you encounter just knows? Like, what? I was at Wells Fargo the other day, my teller was like, "Ugh, what get into you?" And I was like, I don't know, fucking everything, Stacy. I don't... Is this pen chain down? Good. Here's $13. I'm killing it as a comedian. This is good. Glad to be here. Glad to be here. I was single for a bit. I don't know how to talk to guys when I'm single. I was trying to get a guy back to my place a while back, and I was like, "Hey, you want to go back to my place and watch a movie?" And he seemed pretty keen on it, you know, Netflix and chill or whatever. And I said, he was like, "Well, what kind of movie do you think we should watch?" And I landed on The Boy in the Striped Pajamas. It's hard to hit on someone and then reference a Holocaust movie. It's really difficult to recover from that. I'm not good at it. I'm learning. I'm slowly learning. Slowly. It's weird being single. Where are my really single people at? We'll talk later. Yeah, it's, I don't know if you guys are really single people, like they just got another cat and they had another bad online dating experience. You know, I know a couple of girls where if there was a password to their pussy, it would be password, okay? Just right in there. Can we talk for a second about how a lot of times it's super weird that a dude's dick is just a totally different color than the rest of his skin tone? Some of you guys are looking at me like, I don't know what you're talking about. Yeah, you do. Everyone in this room knows exactly what I'm talking about. And the women know for sure, right? Like, you pause Netflix and give up or whatever you're doing for the night, and you start getting down for the first time, and you can't even look at it. You're like, did you borrow that? Who does that belong to? That's not yours. You didn't come here with that. Like, what the fuck? You said your name was Todd, not Demetrius. I don't know what's going on here. That joke is called colored dicks because anyway. Oh man, I'm having a lot of fun with you guys. I'm depressed living in Seattle, you know. It's tough to live in this state. Like, I think we can just admit it. Like, I was told a while back I had seasonal depression, but that was 3 seasons ago, so I'm pretty sure now I'm just depressed. Man, it's bad out there. Have you guys ever been through a drive-thru and you ordered 3 cheeseburgers, but you got one without pickles and one without onions to make it look like they're not all for you? It's bad out there, guys. I went through the drive-thru the other day. They rolled around the window and they were like, "Hey, Liz," and I was like, "Oh, we're on a first-name basis now." Don't mind me, I'm just gonna go eat dinner in my car. But I realized, though, like, in this situation, I was like, fuck, man, that's, like, so fucking sad. Like, I'm eating dinner in my car. Like, I'm trying not to drink, trying to quit smoking. Like, I'm just trying to get my life together and stuff, and I was completely defeated in that moment. And so I put my head down on the wheel, and there, all I could hear was this whee! That's gonna do it for me, you guys. I'm Liz Donehue. Enjoy the rest of your night.